Yep. Sorry?
What is the age limit? We have been training the players under 10, under 12.
Yep.
10 and 12. Then what about under 14? Where do you stop? 14 or 16?
Look,
Is there any limit or any bar for the age?
I don't know what the locals have got in mind, but from my perspective on youth development, I think you probably should go to 16. However, there may be different problems with schooling and things like that. Because you guys, correct me, and I'm not totally across it, but correct me if I'm wrong, they go from 14 to 18? Do they jump straight into the 18s, or have they got a 16s here? 16s? Okay. So, yeah, if you're looking at terms of developing players for your clubs, I think that your clubs should probably put in for something for the 16 age group, academies as such or whatever it may be, but that's entirely up to the local laws and stuff like that. But look, I still think at 15 years old and 16 years old, the best players should be still developed. So Goa, I might be speaking out of school, but maybe Goa has a centre for 16-year-olds that train on a regular basis, but that's down the track because I know they're only working with the younger ones at this stage. But I definitely think down the track that something like that probably should happen. But there would only be 20-odd players in that group, 20 or 30 players in that group. But anyway, that's, as I said, youth development, I think, doesn't stop at 14 years old. I think that's the middle of it.
Youth development also depends, nutrition is also a key area with regards to youth development and developing a player's in the early days of his development of his physical aspects.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give on the nutritional aspect?
Okay, it was lucky. I spoke to 3 young ladies down at the training centre today, and they were nutritionists and physio, and they wanted to hear what I had to say about the Australian, the A-League and things like that. I talked about the nutrition and spoke to them about the fact that they should attend the academies, the centres, and do nutritional talks for them, and I think they're going to do that. I think they're already on the track with that. So that is definitely going to be part of their role, because I think they're employed by the SAG, Sports Authority. Yeah, so that's going to be part of their role, that these kids, and that's part of giving the kids a holistic development, not just football. So it's lifestyles as well. And hopefully down the track they'll have, I'm not sure what you have here, but drug and alcohol talks, things like that. So to me, it will be, and Anoop's already alluded to it, it will be a holistic program, so that the child just doesn't get football, the child gets nutrition, coach education on illicit drugs and things like that.
Norm, thanks a lot for that enlightening session. I know there are a few pointers that we can all take from here, clubs that are involved in grassroots as well as youth football. And I'm quite sure that anyone approaching the Goa Football Association, I think we can perhaps reach back to Norm for any kind of advice that we need to grow football right from the village level. Norm, thank you so much.
No worries, thank you.
Goa is the mecca of Indian football. And as I'm very fond of saying, one of the greatest things about Goa is not the sea and tourism and seafood. It's the people of Goa. I've never seen a happier state. I firmly believe that children who participate in sport grow up to be better human beings because they experience joy that most of us lose out on once we finish with school. We are working on various dimensions of sport to convince parents that sport is a very, very essential part of a healthy lifestyle. We have also got some research that we are now developing and will hope to communicate in a while that indicates very clearly that children who participate in sport actually perform better academically. There's a simple piece of research that we have that indicates that a child who has played a football game in the morning performs better in a test on the same day than on a day when the child does not participate in sport. These are very rudimentary findings. But the fact is that one of the greatest deterrents to sport is parents. If parents will say, now enough playing, go and study. Or when the child is 16, they will say, okay, enough fooling around on the football field, go get a job. What we are hoping to do as part of the Australian Sports Outreach Program is to promote grassroots sports, because sports communicates one heck of a lot of things and develops individuals. You develop teamwork. You develop the ability to socialize with different kinds of people. It makes no difference whether you are rich or poor. There is no language barrier. You learn to strategize. There are several things that sport lends to someone, whether you are participating as a professional or not. But beyond that, sport is a very powerful means to facilitate development for those who are marginalized. People who are neglected by better off elements of society, people in the remotest villages, people in slums. We have a very strong belief that if we can use the power of sport, which brings people together, you have a game happening in a village, you will always have a crowd of people watching. That is a forum to facilitate development, human development. So, from our point of view, the Australian Sports Commission is very, very keen to promote high quality sport at all levels, sport for all. But more than that, we believe that sport is a vehicle that can actually help to accelerate human development. We have programs where there was 25% enrollment in schools in villages in parts of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa. We've seen that with good coaches working with children. Coaches are mentors. Children love good coaches. They will do anything for them. And we've seen that within 6 months, enrollment at schools has gone from 25% to 100%. Why? Because the coach told children, hey, you want to be a good footballer? You need to go to school and start learning how to think. Children listen. They may not listen to their parents, they may not listen to their teachers. The coach says something, they listen. We have villages where child marriage used to take place. Regularly, girls would get married at 12. When this issue started being discussed in villages, this is Chandrapur district in Maharashtra, the entire district panchayats have gotten together and agreed that girls should be allowed to finish schools and parents should not force their children to get married before they are 18. So, I'm trying to suggest that there are exciting possibilities if we can use the power of sport. It's a great thing. Nobody objects to it. Sport is loved by all. We are just saying, let's go a step further and use this to benefit society. And at the end of it, you're going to get talent. There are so many children who are scared away by coaches who are tough on children. So there's a lot of talent that we are missing out on. If you want to have world-class footballers, you need a wider talent base. You need more children participating. And I think that if we can do this, there will be a lot of children coming out of the woodwork who you did not think would make good footballers, but who will turn out to be the Pelés of the world. And so as far as we are concerned, ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Sports Commission is delighted that the Goa Football Association has taken on this program, and we are exceptionally pleased that Football Federation Authority is our champion and technical partner. And we sincerely believe that if we can do a good job here over the next 2 to 3 years, we will develop a model that will take Indian football to heights not just in Goa, but across the country. Thank you.
Before I propose a vote of thanks, I would like to respond to one of the proposed on the suggestion that came, and that is about expanding the centers and having centers in all villages. It may not be possible to have in all villages, but we are working immediately to have at least 20 centers by the middle of next year, and maybe expand that to 40 centers. With the help of Norman, our coaching committee, especially Savio Medere and Mark Pashim, are working with him, and we are going to come up with a plan, which is basically a come and play, to get people to the ground to enjoy football, to play football as a team. We had started working on a program, and when we came to know that Norman was coming, we stopped, and with the inputs that Norman was giving, we hope that by the end of this month, or beginning of next month, we will have a program which we will publicize and send to all our affiliated clubs with a request from them to join the program and give that program as much support as possible. I thank Norman for spending all these days with us, for his hard work. I saw him in the hot sun today from 8:30 to in the morning to 12 o'clock. I was watching from an air-conditioned place. And I saw his boards also sweating it out. Vivek, thank you very much for the support of the PSR.